Rolling the Nat 20. I'm Nat 20. And we got some more of the Occult Chronicles. And we've advanced the story. We've gotten the element of surprise. You've come back to the Hynek house unannounced and expecting trouble. Alright, I put back because we just returned, but it doesn't say back. Sometimes I add in words, and sometimes I paraphrase, and sometimes I don't pronounce words correctly, or I don't know what some words are supposed to be pronounced as. These are all things that can happen. Oh well. All challenges that involve cups as the primary suit receive a +1 modifier to the number of trick cards placed on the board while this icon is active. Okay, cool. Cool. There's a plank across a collapsed floor. You see a narrow plank bridging a huge collapsed section of the floor. You test the plank with your foot. It seems sturdy enough. You look down but can't penetrate the darkness below. You see the outlines of rubble and debris from the collapsed floor and judge that it is at least 30 feet down. That's a very long way to fall. I guess to prove my point, I had to stumble a lot in the next paragraph just to show you. I can walk across it carefully, or I can run across it. What are my options? Both have a target of 7. This one 5 tricks, 7 draws. This one 8 tricks, 5 draws. I think draws are more important than tricks by a tiny margin. It is best to have the numbers be close together. But I think that I'm better off walking across carefully. Slow and steady wins the race. You decide to carefully balance yourself across the wooden plank. You always aced the O.D.D obstacle course. Besides, you don't need to be a master ninja to get across this. You just need to not draw super shitty. Look what we're not doing. Drawing super shitty. Haha. We win. Barely. That's easy. No, it wasn't. We barely won by 1 point. With slow and steady steps, you navigate your way across the plank without falling. And we just managed to not fall. It's important, even though there's definitely not a question mark here and there's no door here. When we step here, there's a possibility of a secret door popping up, or we could get one of our clues that we've gotten, because those things don't have any sort of indication on the screen. So it is important to step and check all over the place. Now, I'm going to check out this room while we're here. What do we got here? A pile of junk. You notice a small pile of junk cluttering up a section of the floor. Upon closer examination, you see an assortment of typical cast-off items. Broken pieces of this and that. I can search through it, or I can leave it alone. And the only benefit that I recall of leaving something like this alone is I could come back with higher levels and have a better chance of search, because I believe this is something that if I fail, I don't get to retry. That being said, if I succeed, I'll probably get something good. And I would really like to try and succeed. But it doesn't look like that's what we're getting today. You throw your hands up in exasperation, wondering why you would waste your time on this. Oh man, I lose some sanity wasting my time on that pile of junk. That's rough. That is a rough sanity lost. Oh man, a misclick and a back click gives me a zombie. That's alright though. Sometimes random monsters appear. It's okay. We got a lot of really cool rewards from killing that random alien. You saw them lying on the floor, but you obviously didn't connect the dots. You started off down the hall, giving the burlap sacks a wide berth. You slipped past one large bag and then stopped in your tracks when you heard the ripping sound of cloth being torn by some sharp instrument. You turned to face the sound and witnessed a decaying corpse rising up out of the remnants of the bag. The sharp instruments are razor-like claws. Resist the horror. Your wishful thinking has put you in a tough position. Body sacks laying across the floor. What did you think was gonna happen? Queen beats my knight, unfortunately. 6 will beat that. And reduce the damage a little bit. Your mind is weak, and you struggle to maintain sanity and lose 2 more sanity. Ah! All that sanity we got. Damn good thing we got it. Alright, so we can attack it normally, run from it, or use our stopping power to attack it. And our stopping power isn't really much better than attacking the zombie regularly, because the stopping power seems to go off of our wands more than anything, unfortunately. You decide that the best defense is a good offense. You remind yourself, go for the brain first. Oh. I really need this to be a low wand. It's a high wand. I don't know if a page beats a knight or if a knight beats a page, but I bet the knight beats the page, and it does. You lost the battle, the zombie overpowers you, and things go from bad to worse. Oh, I'm gonna take some physical damage. I'm gonna attack it again. My draw is garbage, and his draw is epic. Ah! I'm overpowered again. At least I used my talisman to protect me from nothing. Knight beats page. We don't lose again. Knight beats swords. 7 doesn't beat 8. 10 beats an 8 though. And none of those numbers beat a knight. You finally won the battle. The zombie lies scattered on the floor in several pieces. You decide not to put them back in the bag. Nothing from killing the zombie. And that is, we are in this corridor. The bags are seen on the screen, and I should have been more careful noticing that in the hallway. Noticing anything in the hallway, really. What's this door? This looks like some sort of playroom. And I do recall that we're supposed to find some children. But a gang of possessed dolls could be terrifying too. Your attention is drawn to the clattering sounds of wood striking wood. You could swear you were hearing wooden shoes scampering around in the gloom in front of you. Suddenly you see a small group of porcelain dolls scurrying towards you, animated by some strange sorcery or curse. These dolls look angry, and they are armed as well. Resist the horror. This isn't something that you see every day. A murderous gang of porcelain dolls heading towards you, and they're obviously intent on spilling your blood. You stand there amazed, caught between panic... Caught between panic? And what? Because the sense of danger and laughter at the absurdity of the scene. I think that might not have been finished. You stand there amazed, caught between panic because of the danger and laughter at the absurdity of the scene. I don't know. Maybe I'm a fool. Maybe I don't understand. But luckily we get the draws we need to not be terrified. Your mind is strong. The horror only toys with you before you brush it aside. The horror only toys with you before you brush it aside. Okay. I was interpreting a different use of the term toys with porcelain dolls, but it makes sense how they used it. The toys jump. See, this is the toys I was thinking of, and I got a little caught off guard. The toys jump around you like maniacal goblins looking for treats on Halloween. They swing and jab their blades at you. Oddly, one of the dolls is carrying around a ragged doll of its own. You quickly remember an old case file about an insane toy maker named Henry Stoff who captured children's souls and imprisoned them in toys. Could this be the Stoff collection? You realize it's not going to end well, and you are either going to have to fight or flee. So these could be the missing kids. Uh-oh. Attack the dolls, dispel the dolls, engage in a psychic battle, flee, or stop them. If I dispel, I can sever with the nexus. This might be a mistake. I'm going to try to dispel them in the thought that these might be the missing kids. And the king will make sure that gets done, and the knight gives us a little extra power. You channel your energy into one, and then another. Cracks into the doll's face begin to appear, and then suddenly you can see the spirit energy flow out and climb through the ceiling. The dolls suddenly fall limp to the floor. I didn't get anything for it. It might have been a mistake. Unless these wouldn't have been here before, because these are the students I was looking for in the corner of the room. Maybe I wasn't supposed to destroy the dolls. I might have fucked up a quest. Oh well. At first, they look like small reflections of light playing off the floor from the moon. They appear to dance and circle around the room, which upon further consideration seems very odd. Suddenly you realize that you are observing the ghosts of 4 children playing merrily by themselves. The quiet serenity of the deathly scene is shocking. These children don't seem to realize that they are dead. Resist the horror. Your mind is overwhelmed by the utter sadness of the scene. How long have they danced through these empty rooms and halls? You fight to keep your sanity from slipping away. A hard-fought fight and hard lost. You start to sob at the sight of them until you can't hardly stop. You finally manage to regain your composure, but the anguish in your soul remains. Luckily, it's just anguish and it's not sanity damage. The ghostly children seem stuck in a perpetual game of Ring Around the Rosie. They pay no attention to you whatsoever. They go about their game over and over. I can dismiss the ghost children, talk them into returning into the governess, or flee. Let's do this one, the one that completes the quest, eh? Talk to the ghost children into returning to the governess. This must be Miles and Flora and their friends. You decide to use your psychic talents as a medium to convince the children that it's time to return to the governess, using Lorne persuasion. Alright, Queen gives us the win. No extra points on it, unfortunately. Putting that there would have given us 2 extra points. Oh well. You enter a deep trance and reach out to the children. You catch their attention by asking to join into their game. They look at you and decide the fun's over. Soon they line up and return to the governess. They march behind you wherever you go. We've got our children. Now that's all I need for that quest, right? I just come back to the governess. And where was she at? There was like a classroom looking thing. Over... Is it this? No, that's the duelist. This? There we go. This classroom looking thing. I'm going to continue to explore over where I'm at. And get sprayed in the face with acid. You feel the pressure plates depress underneath your foot and hear a sizzling sound as a spray of acid hurtles towards you. Can instinctively dodge, or I can use a calculated dive. The instinctive dodge is just better with my stats. You rely on your quick reflexes, turn away from the acid, and roll to the ground so that it goes sailing over you. Even with a king and a queen in my hand, I still lose, but only barely. You dodge, but you aren't quick enough to completely avoid the splatter, and it burns. Burns a little. And there's another alien officer to be dealing with. Alright, well, we've read all of these before. Let's just try fighting this sucker. It's not going well for us. Even with such a low requirement. Let's try it again. Beat him up, beat him up, beat him up. Queen. Gotta lose my 7 to that king. Just a little lame because I could have beat that, but oh well. We beat this guy, and we learn that he's another predator type alien. We get an expertise token and 2 health back. I mean, I like randomly running into the aliens, because that gives us enough to bump our cups up again. And another 5, we'll have the choice of bumping our cups up again. But at this point, I do want to consider getting another skill card that would allow us to focus more on our wands, because that's where we're really struggling. And I think it would be important to get better at it. Is this a second way upstairs? Interesting. Wasn't expecting that. What do we have in here? What's this? A strange gong. You see a large wooden brass gong. It looks completely out of place, standing over by itself in the room. You sense immediately, though, that all is not as it seems here. You've seen enough of these things to notice the faint aura that surrounds it. You have no doubt that the gong is a sorcerous puzzle of some sort. The markings are vague, but you would place it around the period of the Three Kings. There is definitely dark magic at work here. The runes covering the wooden frame must contain instructions on how to use the gong and access its abilities. I gotta leave the gong. The thought of all the noise scares you. The fact that you have no idea what will happen when you sound the gong scares you even more. Alright, through the zombie hallway. And hopefully... Ooh, kitchen. Ooh, the thing in the oven. I came in here to go get... I wanted the fridge. You stop dead in your tracks when you first see it. A large 19th century oven is shambling across the floor in front of you. My God. It seems to rock back and forth as you hear the loud scrapes that it makes as it hobbles forward. A sudden chill shoots down your spine as you realize that you are confronting something otherworldly here. Oh no, it's not otherworldly, it is totally mechanical. You flinch in horror as a face seems to materialize and turn its attention to you. Haunted furniture and you never get along. Haunted furniture and you never get along very well. Alright, we gotta resist the horror, and I forgot to read the thing, and you know what that means. Karmically, I'm gonna lose this. Maybe not, maybe not. Haha, barely pull it out. Your mind is strong. You'll be damned if you let the kitchen appliance scare you. Alright, well. The possessed oven seems to rock back and forth as it sizes you up. You could swear that you hear screams from souls trapped within the oven roasting in agony. This creature is the product of sorcery or curse of unfathomable evil. I can flee, I can attack, I can engage in a psychic duel. Can't really move that fast. If you can muster the courage, you should be able to get away. Especially something that can't move that fast is probably going to be important for some sort of quest. So I muster all my courage, slowly back away, and before you know it, well away. No bonus out of that. The fridge has gotta be in here. This has gotta be the fridge. The old refrigerator. You come across an old site for this house, and that is saying something. An odd site for this house. You come across an odd site for this house, and that is saying something. Before you stands a 1922 Kevenator refrigeration unit. Who knows how it got here? You notice that the door is hanging slightly ajar. Your eyes are drawn to the interior of the main porcelain cabinet, and you are shocked by what you see. Jars and jars of internal organs, some human, some you're not sure. Resist the horror! Your stomach turns at the sight of all of the neatly stacked organ jars. The methodical alignments and the precision of the stacking makes you wonder about the evil, obsessive-compulsive genius behind it. Let's resist this horror. Ooh, King of Pentacles says no resisting the horror for you. But Knight of Wands says it ain't so scurry. Your mind is strong. You are going to look around for sandwich fixings, but the sight of the organs and tissues, many of them still moving, doesn't really faze you. I want to get the thing that I was supposed to get from here, whatever it was. Rows of neatly stacked transparent jars and specimen dishes containing organs and tissue samples fill the inside of the main porcelain cabinet, each labeled in a neat, mechanical, handwritten script. You glance over the labels, noting some of the stranger ones. Krogan, Asari, Terrell, Turian, Commander Shepard. On the bottom shelf is a rack holding dozens of vials, each also neatly labeled Zagul Venom, Trace of the Beyond, Giant's Acid. I don't know if those are references. Krogan, Asari, Turian, and I believe Drell as well, are all Mass Effect races, if you weren't privy to that, and that's why I laughed. It's funny. We gotta find the boffin juice, and we can switch the labels and find the boffin juice. Oh. Uh-oh. Search the bottom row for the vial of boffin juice and take it. Shouldn't be that hard. Find the boffin juice and then switch its label with something else to sabotage Benway's experiment. Lore deception. Do we want to sabotage his experiment? He's crazy. And this is obviously his crap. He told us this was his refrigerator. He was pretty open with that. On the other hand, what we're dealing with here is aliens. And a lot of the things in here are identified by me as fictional alien races. So I'm going to say that he's probably doing good work for our cause in here in battling aliens. So let's find the actual juice for him. Facepalm. Seriously? Just read the labels and find the vial. Like, right? Why is this even a card draw thing? It seems silly as such. Like, what bad thing is going to happen to me from failing this too many times? Am I going to get overly sad? Well, I win now. There it is. You take the vial and put it in your pocket. Ha-ha! Excellent. There are so many doors in here. I'm gonna just open them all and fight an alien officer. We know the drill. What's good, officer? I wasn't doing nothing. I'm just planning on stopping your overthrowing of my people. I'm not gonna win by a lot, so not too many rewards, nothing. That guy just dies. Oh well. So there's like a pantry looking thing, a death room. This looks like our dining room, and the workers' dining room, and the nice dining room? I don't know. We're filling out pretty much all of the map of the first floor. There's a lot more room over here to be filled out, but it seems like all this is just going to be kind of wasted space unless I'm missing no, I'm definitely missing a door over here, aren't I? There's probably a door at the end of the hall. Yeah, there's a door over here, and there's some doors up here. So, we've definitely got some more exploring on this floor to do. But I guess we'll have to do that next time, because this episode's going long.